So this is a HIIT style class. My name is Katie Kennedy. I'm PSP staff as a fitness instructor at Night Gym in Comox. So I hope you enjoy today's workout. I just read the little COVID disclaimer. If you haven't had a chance to hear it, please make sure that you do read it before getting started. So please go ahead and grab a water bottle at this time and just make sure you've got a nice clear open space, and you don't need to have any equipment today, so just yourself. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. So this one here is the workout. It's called the 12 Days of Spring. And what happens with this workout is we do one of the first exercise, and then we do two of the second exercise back to one of the first exercise. Then we do three of the third exercise back to two, back to one. So we're going to do this all together, but I do have it written up there in case some of you want to work through the workout more quickly, in which case you can do so. So that's another way to add some intensity, is to work through something more for speed, but just make sure that you keep your form. So don't compromise your form for more speed. But if you want to work through it more quickly than what I am, please go ahead and do so. Okay, so I'm going to go through the exercises, then we're going to catch a little warm-up, and then we will go ahead and get started. So it's a pretty continuous workout. You'll find that your heart rate gets up and stays up, hopefully all the way through for the most part. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Katie Kennedy, and I'm from Comox, and this is the 12 Days of Spring. Okay, so exercise number one is one burpee. There's many, many ways to do burpees, so I'm just going to start with a nice easy way. An easy way is just placing your hands down, taking a step back, lowering yourself to the ground, lifting your hands up, taking a step in, and standing back up. Or you can do a little modified burpee, like that, without a hop. Or you can start with a hop, do a full burpee, and then a hop at the top. So your choice, those three different ways. Then we're going to get into two single-legged deadlifts. So it's important that you fire up your glutes and that you keep your back nice and straight as you come forward. You're going to bend the standing leg, reach down towards the floor. You don't have to touch the floor. So we're going to go one leg, that's one, and then the other leg. And that's two. So we're trying to keep the back nice and flat. Try to keep the leg fairly parallel to the ground. So then we would go back down, and we go back and we do our one burpee again. Then we're going to do three hip bridges. So just arms out to the side, heels in towards your seat, and we're just lifting up and back down. So we're drawing the belly button down, we're squeezing the glutes together, and we're lifting the hips up towards the sky. So those are our hip bridges. We're doing three. Then we're going back down and doing the two single-legged deadlifts and the one burpee. Then we have a push-up with a star. So we're going to be in a push-up position, and again, I'm just going to show you a couple different ways. So you can have your hips forward. So we're just going to push up like that, come up, go onto the side, up into a big star position. We're going to lift your knee. So that would be level one. Level two is to come up to your feet. You might just do a small push-up if you can't lower all the way down. Come up, roll foot over top of foot, and a star position up to the side. Level three is going to be your full push-up. Chest touches the ground all the way up, and star position on the side. So that one we're going to do four. Then we're going to go back down. 3, 2, 1. Then we come up to number 5. And this is a squat and a jump. So we're going to squat down. We're going to touch the floor. Our other arm comes back. And we're going to hop. Squat, hop, squat, hop. And again, if you just need to squat today because you need to take the jump out of it and not have the knocking down for your knees and hips, then please go ahead and do so. So that's the squat jump, and we're going to go back down through. Then we've got down facing dog with core. So we're going to come into down facing dog position, hips back towards your heels, arms nice and long, fingertips nice and wide. Forehead close to the ground. We're going to lift all the way up, draw our shoulders towards our feet. So nice inhale here, exhale, knee comes towards the chest. Inhale up, shoulders press back, knee wide to the side. Inhale up, and cross to the opposite elbow. Inhale up, exhale down. So that's 3. We've got 3 more to go. So inhale up, exhale, tuck in. Inhale up, exhale, knee wide. Inhale up, exhale, knee across towards the opposite side of your body. So that is this number 6. And then we go all the way back down through. Number 7 are leg lowers. So we're just going to start on our back with our knees at a nice right angle, hips at a right angle, arms out to the side, and we're dropping our belly button down towards the ground. So we're keeping this connection through our core. And then we're just lowering one heel, breathing out, breathing in on the way up. Exhale down, inhale up. And the biggest thing we're making sure is the connection with our low back stays exactly the same. So when our leg comes out, our lower back's going to want to come up off the ground. We want to keep pulling down and bracing through the abdominals so that that lower back stays connected with the floor. So we're going to do 7 nice leg lowers. It's a really good transverse abdominal exercise, that really deep abdominal layer. We're firing that up and switching it on. So those are our leg lowers. Then we're going to go all the way back down through. And then we go to 8 skaters. So we're going to target inner and outer thighs, or the abductors and adductors. So we're just skating across from side to side for 8. Try to spring off the floor. Opposite arm can come across for balance. And you're hip hinging forward. So you're hinging through your hip here. You're activating your abdominals. So from the side, you're in that nice athletic stance, side to side. Those are your 8 skaters, all the way back down through. Then we're getting into V-sits. So for V-sits, again, there's lots of different ways to do a V-sit. So I'm just going to start with a bit of a modification. You can take your hands out to the sides just beside your seat, and you can give yourself a little push to come up. So just like that. So that would be level 1. Level 2 would be with your arms out here, and you're breathing out as you come up. Just like that. And then level 3 is stretch, touch your toes. Stretch, touch your toes. Okay, like that. So you can choose which V-sit it is that you would like to do. And then you would go all the way back down through. Then we're going to get into some front lunges with the arms up. So for a front lunge, we're just going to draw our shoulders back and down. So drawing in through the belly button. We're just going to take a nice large step, drop our back knee down towards the ground, and then step back together. So step, back knee comes down, step back together. Just like that. So with the arms up, you just have to focus a little bit more on your balance. You're drawing your shoulders back and down, drawing the belly button in. So we're focusing a little bit on our balance as well. And then you're going to go all the way back down through. Number 11 is inchworms. So this is a really good abdominal exercise. We're going to reach down towards our toes. Then we're going to take our hands. We're going to walk our hands all the way out. If you're strong enough to come past the push-up position, please do so. So this is the hard part here. Let your hips drop. And then we're going to walk our feet all the way back in and stand up. So we have 11 of those to do. Okay, so I'll just show you one more time. So coming down, some really nice shoulder stability, good core work, hips forward, walk the feet back in, and then we stand back up. If you've got some space, you can inchworm across the floor without having to turn around. All the way back down through, and then the last one is just 12 good old jumping jacks. So remember, you can take the bounce out of it by going out to the side if you need to, or you can do a full jack. Just make sure that whatever your feet are doing, that your knees are also doing the same thing. Try not to jack with the knees coming in, so knees nice and wide, just like that. For 12, and then we go all the way back down through. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take you through a little warm-up. So if you haven't had a drink of water, please go ahead and grab a little drink of water, and we're going to get warmed up. So this is the time, if you want to turn on some music, you can, and then you can listen to your music and just watch, and you maybe don't have to listen to me as much. If you're not quite sure about the cueing of the exercises, then you can keep the music down a little bit lower. Okay, so we're just going to start on the spot. We're going to start start with some nice marches with our knees up. So we're just marching, we're drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Then we're going to take this movement, we're just going to bring it down to the back. So we're just going to bring our heels up towards our seat. And this is just at a walk. So we're pulling our heels all the way up, stitching on through the hamstrings a little bit. Good job. Now we're going to place our feet about shoulder width apart, getting into some squats, so just some nice air squats. Make sure you're taking your seat back and your knee is tracking over top of your toe. You are just like that. Good job. Then we're going to get into some nice single leg swings. We're just swinging one leg all the way through. We're activating our abdominals, pulling our belly button in and up. And then you can just bring your opposite arm towards your opposite leg. You might touch your toe and your heels, a little bit of balance work there. It's good for our standing leg. Now we're going to switch sides. So again, activate the abdominals, just swing that leg all the way through, stretching through the hip flexor and through the hamstring. Once you have your balance there, we're touching the opposite toe and the opposite heel. A little bit of rotation through the torso. Good job. We're going to place our feet just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart with our toes facing out. A nice inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale towards your toes. And just taking a moment to just move left and right. So stretching through the back a little bit. Go ahead and drop your seat. Move your knees out, out, out. Then we're going to draw the arms up and back and power all the way up. Good job. We're doing that one more time. A nice inhale here. And exhale towards your toes. Shoulders and neck nice and loose. You might just wiggle around a little bit. Go ahead and drop your seat. Turn your knees out. Work into the inner thighs. A little bit of movement left and right. Arms up. Draw the shoulders back. That beautiful overhead squat position. And power back up. Go ahead and bring one foot forward and one foot back. We're going to start with a nice big high lunge. So big high lunge, we're dropping our knee down towards the ground. I'll turn sideways towards here. We're going to square the hips up a little bit and bring our hands to the inside. Now we're going to open the same arm, same leg. So opening up to the side. Here, let your hips come forward. Elbow towards the big toe, working into the hips. Go ahead and bring one hand on the inside, one hand on the outside of your foot. Take a small step in. Square your hips up. And then back to that big high lunge. One more time. Hands to the inside. Stretch out. Nice long lunge stance. Inhale, arm wide. Exhale, elbow towards the big toe. Take a step in. Rock your weight back. Square up the hips. You might be up here. And then back to that nice big high lunge. Taking a step in, and we'll switch to the other side. So nice long stance. Other side, squaring your hips up, arms up. So starting that nice big high lunge. Go ahead and drop your hands down to the inside. Same arms, same leg. Inhale, arm wide. Exhale, elbow towards the big toe. Feel into the hips and the low back. Hand on the inside and outside. Take a step in. Square up your hips. You might be right here, and arms up. Drop the back knee down. One more time, hands to the inside, nice long stance. Inhale, arm wide. Exhale, elbow towards your big toe. Hand on the inside and outside, take a step in, square your hips up. And then that nice big high lunge again. Little tilt through the pelvis. And stepping back together. Good, we're going to get into some nice big hip circles next. So we're just taking one knee up and then drawing it all the way out. So just some nice big circles like that. Then we're going to go the other way. So some nice big hip circles coming in the other way. Good, and legs nice and wide. Just going to lunge from side to side. You might take your hands down to the floor. floor, cross to the other side. Good job, stepping back together. Then we'll just come into a little narrow push-up position and bring our shoulders forward over top of our fingertips. So back is nice and flat. So we're gonna do a few push-ups here, warming up triceps and your shoulders. Remember, you can go from your knees right here or from your feet. Good. And just gently sinking back onto your heels. We're gonna stretch out our chest. A little stretch left and right. Good. Arms all the way up. Draw your shoulders back. A little stretch left and a little stretch right. Good. Let your arms float down. Okay, guys, so go ahead and grab a little bit of water. Now we are going to start from the top and work all the way through. Alrighty. Okay. So hopefully everyone's ready out there. We're going to start with one burpee, then two single-legged deadlifts, and one burpee. Okay, guys, here we go. So one burpee, two single-legged deadlifts. So abdominals nice and tight, back nice and flat, keeping your hips level. One and two. So nice and controlled. Back to one burpee. Three hip bridges. So we bring our heels in towards our seat. We're going to lift up and squeeze and then come back down. So we're squeezing our glutes together and we're drawing in through the abdominals. We've got one more to go. Press into the heels. Good job. All the way back up. Single leg deadlift. Try to lead with your glute. Back nice and straight. And then one burpee. Moving on to 4 push-ups and start. So we're just going to push all the way up. Come into a star. You can go from your toes, push all the way up, or from your knees. Last 2. And you might start from the toes, and you might switch to your knees partway through the workout. Good job. Stepping up. Now we're coming into our hip bridges. We've got 3 of them. Remember to press into the heels. Draw the belly button down so you're really pulling in tight, connecting through your core. Try to hug the inner thighs towards each other a little bit. And last one, breathing out. And down. Good job. 2 single-legged deadlifts. So allow the leg to lead your body forward, drawing in through your abdominals. And one burpee. Now we're on to number 5. So we've got 5 squat hops. After 5 squat hops, we're back to the push-up with the star for 4. So nice big push, big start position from the side of your foot if you can, or from the side of your knee. Last 2. Good job. And last one. Now we're onto our hip bridges. Arms out to the side. Heels in towards your seat. We're pushing up, pressing into the heels. Try to squeeze the glutes together. And last one. Nice job. We've got our one burpee. So now we're on to down facing dog with the core. So we're going to start on our knees. Hips come back to the heels. Stretch the arms long, forehead close to the floor. Nice big inhale. Come on up. Spread your fingers as wide as possible. going up towards the sky. Exhale, drive your forehead and knee together. Inhale up. Exhale, knee wide, plank position. Inhale up. Exhale the knee towards the opposite shoulder. Inhale back up. And exhale down. Switch to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, knee and forehead close together. Inhale up. Exhale, knee wide to the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale the knee across. Inhale back up. And exhale, coming down. Now we're into our squat hops. So we've got 5 of them, 5 squat hops. Here we go. Use your arms and your legs. Sit your seat back. 3, 4, and 5. So after 5 squat hops, we're back into our push-ups with that start. Make sure your shoulders are over top of your fingertips. This is really helpful. Then you can keep your elbows tight to your side. So 1, 2, draw your belly button in. Good job. And last one right here. Coming into those hip bridges next. Arms out to the side, heels in towards your seat. Drawing your belly button in. Breathing out as you push up. Good job. We've got 1 more to go. 1 more. Well done. Now we've got our single-legged deadlifts. So shoulders back and down. Let your leg lead your movement. Abs are nice and tight. Got 1 on either side. Nice and controlled. Good job. And then 1 burpee. Now we're into 8 skaters. Or sorry, leg lowers, reaches. 8 skaters. Here we go. So 8 of them, pushing sideways. Big jump across. Good job. Back down to your 7 leg lowers. So pulling your belly button down towards the ground. You can go with a bent knee if you like. And you can just gauge whether your back's staying in contact with the floor. Want to make it a little bit harder, you could use long legs. Last 2. Nicely done. And now we're going into down facing dog with our core. So from the knees, arms long, forehead close to the floor. Go ahead and lift up, press your shoulders towards your feet. Inhale your leg up. Exhale into a good plank position. Inhale, leg up. Draw the belly button in, knee wide to the side. Inhale up, knee across towards the opposite elbow. Inhale up and exhale down. Switching to the other side. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee and forehead close together. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, the knee wide to the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale, the knee across towards the opposite elbow. Inhale up and exhale, coming back down. Now we're into our 5 squat jumps. So make sure that your feet are about shoulder width apart. You're taking your feet back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're into our push-ups with our stars. So remember, you can go from your knees if you want to. If you're going from your knees, bring your hips forward so your shoulders are still over top of your fingertips. So we're going to push and then star, push, and then star. So when we come into that star position, we're pushing our body far, far away from the ground. So we're using our obliques, the sides of our tummy, pressing through the shoulder. Then we're into our hip bridges for 3. So arms out to the side, heels in towards your seat. Breathing out, squeeze the glutes, hug the inner thighs towards each other. Draw the belly button down towards the spine. Think of rolling all the way up onto the shoulder blades. Good job. That was our 3. Single-legged deadlift next. Draw the shoulders back and down, tummy nice and tight. And we're keeping that back leg as level to the floor as we can. So just moving slowly. Allow your leg to lead your body. Good. And then 1 burpee. Now we're on to our V-sits. So remembering that there are 3 different ways you can do your V-sits. So we're just going to start by sitting up nice and tall or opening through the collarbones, allowing your shoulders to drop down. We're drawing in and up through the abdominals. So you can give yourself a little push if you want to with your V-sits. So you can be right here, or here, or here. So wherever is good for you. We're on 5. There we go, there's 9. Now we're on to 8 skaters. So drawing in and up, we're just pushing sideways. Opposite arm comes across. That's 2 and 1, good job. Now we're on to 7 leg lowers. So just keeping in mind to draw down through the belly button, keep the lower back pressed into the ground. Legs can be bent. You might just drop a heel, keeping your leg bent. You might choose to make it a little bit more challenging by sliding a leg out. Or maybe you make your legs nice and straight. But just gauging what that lower back's doing the whole time. Breathe out. Last one. Good job. Now we're on to our down-facing dog with our 4 for 6. So shoulders down towards the ground, hips over top of the heels. Go ahead and lift up. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, plank position. Knee comes into the center of the chest. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee wide. So you're pulling in through the obliques, the sides of the abdominals. And then knee comes across the body. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. See if you can really use your breath here. So inhaling on the way up. Exhaling. As you pull the knee in. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, and exhale across. Inhale up, and exhale back down. Now we're on to our 5 squat hops. Here we go for 5. Good job. From our squat hops, we're then on to our 4 star push-ups. So remember, wherever you are, shoulders over top of the fingertips, activate those abdominals, push up, and then big star position, push up. Big star position from your knees or from your feet. Keeping it as controlled as possible as I wiggle all around. Good job, guys. And then 3 hip bridges. So arms wide, palms facing up, heels in towards your seat. Draw the belly button down. Press into the heel, lift your seat, squeeze your glutes, draw the belly button in. Last 2, big squeeze up, going all the way up towards your shoulders. You might find you've got a little bit more range of motion now. You can start to bring your ribs towards your chin. Good job. 2 single-legged deadlifts next. So just allowing that leg to power your body forward. Try to engage the glute as the first movement back there. Keeping your leg nice and parallel to the floor. And back down to our 1 burpee. Okay. So now we're on to our front lunges with our arms in the air. So we're going to draw our shoulders backwards and down. Take a nice big step forward. Drop the back knee down to the ground and push all the way up. So arms are pressing back and down through the shoulders. Abdominals are pulling in. We've got a little tiny bit of a tuck going on through the tail just to keep the hips nice and still. Good job, guys. Here's 8. yourself a little push if you like. There, or arms here, or arms here. So there's 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then we're on to our skaters. So we're up again, and we're just trying everything nice and tight. We're skating from side to side. Good job. Last 2. Push off, and 1. From our skaters, we're coming down to our leg lowers. So that nice connection with our back and the ground. Pulling down through the belly button. Breathe out as your leg lowers down. Breathing in on the way up. Breathe out. Breathing in on the way up. Good job. 5 more. Keep breathing. Keep pressing your lower back towards the floor. Drawing in through the belly button. Last 2. And last 1. Good job. From our leg lowers, we're going into down facing dog. So fingertips wide, arms long, forehead close to the ground. Draw in and up through the belly button, lifting all the way up. Press the shoulders towards the feet, spinning the eyes of the elbows forward. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, plank position, knee in towards your chest. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee wide to the side of the body. Inhale, up. Exhale, the knee towards the opposite elbow. Inhale, up. Exhale, back down. Okay, lots of breath. Inhale, up. Exhale. Draw in and up through the abdominals on that out breath. If we breathe out really nice and forcefully, we can draw our belly button in and switch on through those transverse abdominals. Good job, guys. There's our 6 for down facing dog. Now we're back to the 5 squat hops. So try to touch the ground if you can. Sit your seat back. Use your arms to lift. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're down to our push-ups with our stars. So remember, from your knees or from your feet, shoulders over top of the fingertips. Push, and then big start position. So I'm pushing my hip away from the floor, coming back to a push-up, big start position. Push, big start position, bringing your knees to your feet. Last one, here we go. Good job. Now we're going into our hip bridges. Arms out to the side, heels in towards the seat. Draw it down through the belly button. Then we're lifting up, squeeze the glutes, roll right onto the shoulder blades and down. So we're breathing out as we come up. And if you're ever not quite sure when to breathe, always breathe out on the most exertion. So last one, we're breathing out on the way up. Now we're breathing in on the way down. Good job. Coming all the way up. Now we're on to single leg deadlifts. So allowing your body to come forward as that back leg lifts. Keeping your back as flat as possible. Good job. Back down to 1 burpee. Okay, so now we're getting into our inchworms. So we've got 2 rounds left. You guys are doing so great. Hopefully you're starting to sweat a little bit. So we're going to reach down towards our toes. Just stretch our bodies out. Try to go beyond the shoulders if you can, hips forward. Then we're walking our body back in, standing up. So you can keep going across the floor if you want to. I'm just going to go here so I kind of stay with you in the frame of the video. There's 2. Reaching towards your toes. Stretch. Hips forward for 3. 4. And if you can, try to bring the other hand forward first. So I've been leading with my left, so I'm going to lead with my right here. We're on 5. apart. So you're staying lifted through there. I'll show you what I mean. So rather than coming to here and kind of sinking, try to spread the scapula, stretch out a little bit further, keep that nice hollowness through the abdominals. Good job. There's 9. Good job, you guys. We got 2 more to go. 2 more. Hips forward. Push, push, push. And the last one. Reach towards your toes. Relax the head and neck for a moment if needed. So a lot of work through the shoulders. So lots of stabilization happening through the anterior chain, which means through the front of the body. So lots of stabilization through the shoulder area. Okay, front lunges with the arms up. So arms up, shoulders back, spiral the pinky fingers in. Draw in and up through your abdominals as you move through your front lunges. So we're doing 10 of them. So we're on 4. Keep breathing. There's 6. Keep drawing in through the belly button. Try to push off that front leg, nice and firm push. Right here, nice firm push all the way up. There's 10, good job. Okay, so from our front lunges, we're getting into those V-sits. So choosing however you need to do the V-sits today. We're doing 9 of them. Breathing out as you come up. There's 4. Keep breathing. There's 7, last 2. Good job. Getting into some skaters next. So skaters for 8. We're hopping across. Remember to hip hinge forward. So that nice athletic stance. Last 2 and 1. Good job. There's our skaters back down to our leg lowers. So that nice connection with the lower back and the ground. We're just breathing out as the heel comes down. You might stretch that leg out. You might keep your legs long at the top and the bottom. So if you want to make it more challenging, it would look like this. And the slower you go, the more challenging it is. There's 6 and 7. Good job. Down facing dog with the core for 6. So fingertips wide, hips back towards your heels, forehead close to the ground. So just setting yourself up well for a nice strong down facing dog. Inhale, one leg up to the sky. Exhale, plank position, knee towards your chest. Inhale up. Exhale, knee wide to the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale the knee to the opposite elbow. Inhale up and exhale down. Switching to the other side. Lots of breath. Inhaling on the way up. Exhale, knee towards the body. Inhale up. Exhale, knee really wide. Inhale up. Exhale, knee across the body. Inhale back up. And exhale down. Moving into our 5 squat jumps. So we're taking our feet a little bit wider than the shoulder width apart. Reach down towards the floor. Other arm comes back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Okay, so from our 5 squat jumps, moving on to the 4 push-ups with the star. From your knees or your feet, push, and then big star, push, and then big star position. Last 2. Push your shoulder away from the ground, and last 1. Good job. Onto our hip bridges next. So engaging through the abdominals, pressing into the heel. Think of hugging the thighs towards each other, just so there's a little bit of a connection happening inwards. So for 3, breathing out, 2, breathing out, and 1. Good job, coming all the way up. 2 single-legged deadlifts. Drawing your shoulders back and down. That connection through the abdominals. Little bend in the standing leg. You're coming forward, getting nice and control, and back up. One side. Keeping that nice control. And the other side. Good job. Back to one burpee. And now we're all the way up to the jumping jacks. So we're moving through the last round. You're doing really well. So here we go. 12 jumping jacks. So remember, you can take the bounce out of it if needed. Good job. Last two. And then our inchworms. These will take a little bit longer. So remember, you're tipping forward from the hip. This is the chance to keep a slight bend in your knees. Work on a little bit of hamstring flexibility. So relax to the shoulders, head, neck. You can bring some weight into the balls of the feet if possible here. Then you're going to walk the hands forward. Stretch out past push-up if you can, hips forward, and walk your hands in. Standing back up, a little break, and then go again. So we've got 10 more to go, just like that. And maybe you're inchworming right across your living room today. Maybe it's nice and warm and you're outside. So wherever you are, just doing the inchworms. Working into that anterior chain. So we're working into those transverse abdominals. Some good stability through the shoulders. Walking the feet in. There's 4. You take a little breather in the upright position. Please do so. There's 6. 7. Good job, you guys. You're doing really well. On our last round here. There's 8. 3 left. 5. Last 2. Nice and strong. And last one. So make it a good one. Draw in through the belly button. Stretch past the shoulders if you can. That's the hard part. And walk the feet in. Good job. That was 11 inchworms. Well done. Okay, front lunges with the arms up. So we're going to get our arms and shoulders into that nice position. We're just stepping forward and then stepping back. But we're going to work on this push part right here. We're going to push and point our toe. Got a little extra push. Pulling your belly button in. This is number 8. Good job. Last 2. That nice push from the front. And last one, nice and strong. Good job. Heading into our V-sits, remembering you can use your hands to push or hands to the side, or you might bring your arms up. We're doing 9 of them. Breathe out as you come up. There's 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so we're back to 8 skaters. So coming all the way up, and we're just skating across for 8. Pushing sideways. Last 2 and 1. Nicely done. Going down to our leg lowers on the ground. So that connection through the belly button, pressing the back towards the floor, knees up for 7. So we're breathing out as that leg comes down towards the ground, and we're breathing in as we bring that leg back up. So here's 4. Lots of breath. Press your lower back towards the floor. And 7. Good job. Down facing dog with the core for 6. So fingers as wide as possible. Forehead close to the floor. Go ahead and lift up. Press your shoulders towards your feet. Nice big inhale. One leg reaches towards the sky. Exhale, knee comes in towards the chest, plank position. Inhale up. Exhale, knee wide. Inhale up. Exhale, the knee across the body. Inhale, back up, and exhale the foot down, switching to the other side. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, plank position, knee towards the center of the chest. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee wide, outside of the body. Inhale up, knee right across the body, plank position. Inhale, back up, and exhale, back down. So from here, we're coming into our squat hops. We got 5 of them. Here we go, guys. We're taking our seat back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. So after our squat hops, we're going to do a push-up with a star position from the feet or from the knees. So pushing elbows tight to the side, coming up, big star position, press your shoulder away from the floor. Push up and big star. Push, stay nice and tight through the side body. Good job. Got 1 more to go. Nicely done. Coming down to some hip bridges, arms to the side, heels in close to the seat, drawing the belly button down. Here we go for 3. So we're lifting up, we're breathing out, pulling our ribcage towards our chin, and lowering down. So breathing out as you come up, press into the heels, hug the thighs towards each other a little bit. So you're engaging through the hamstrings as well. Last one. Big breath out, squeeze the glutes, and back down. Very nice. Coming all the way up. Last 2 single-legged deadlifts, shoulders back and down, abdominals nice and tight. Switching on through the glutes first. So nice flat back. Keep a little bend in your standing leg. Good job. These get harder as our bodies get a little bit more tired. It's hard to balance well. And we're back down to our very last burpee. Okay, so well done everyone. That was a lot of volume, so I hope you're sweating like me, and hope you enjoyed the workout. We're gonna have a little bit of a stretch now, which is really important as well, so please grab yourself some water, and if you have a mat at home and want to grab a mat, you can, and if you don't, you'll be totally fine stretching on the ground. So really good job everyone, well done. Now's the time to just move around a little bit and have a drink of water. So if you are sweating and your heart rate is up, don't just stop like me, keep moving a little bit and we'll have a stretch. So please take in some water. Good job. And we're just going to start by gently kneeling down. I'm going to sink back onto our heels. We're going to stretch out the tibialis anterior because we were hopping around a bit. So our tibialis anterior is the front of our shin, and by sitting onto our heels, we're just stretching that whole area out. If that's a little bit too much, you can always roll a towel, place it underneath the ankle part. So right here, and then you can still work on sinking down, but it's not going to flatten that area out as much. Okay, so from here, we're just going to come into child's posture, bring our knees a little bit wider, our big toes together. We're going to walk our hands all the way forward for a nice big stretch, forehead close to the floor. Taking some nice big deep breaths. And just walking hand over top of hands. We're coming out to the side at a nice 45-degree angle. We're still bringing our hips back. We're getting a big stretch through the side of our body. So we're getting a big stretch through the lats. Letting the forehead come down towards the floor. Nice big breath there. Glancing forward, hand over top of hand to the other side. Walking the fingers forward. Drop your forehead down. Nice big deep breaths. Good job. And then bringing your body forward, we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders. And today you might just lift up to there and draw the shoulders back and down. So we're keeping our head and neck in a nice and neutral position. If that's still nice and comfortable for your back, you might come all the way up. We're going to get a nice stretch to the front of the body. So We're just stretching through the abdominals, and you might choose to just wiggle around through the shoulders a little bit. So you're playing through the hips, moving gently left and gently right. And coming all the way back down. Go ahead and come up onto all fours. Spread your fingers wide and loose your cow and cat posture. Nice inhale, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, tuck your chin, curl all the way up, and you might just rock back and forth there. Nice big inhale, lift your chin, lift your tail, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, gently tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Coming back to neutral, we're going to gently move left and right. So this is a really nice one to work into the iliotibial band, or the outside of your hip. Just feeling into that area there. You might gently come into a little bit of a circle through your hips, left and right. And then from here, we're going to start to stretch out our hip flexors. So take a large step forward with one foot. Bring your hands to our thigh. We're just gently tucking the tailbone down slightly. We want to have our knee right over top of our ankle, taking our upper body away from that front leg. Go ahead and inhale the arms wide to the sky. Hold on to the elbows. You may just gently move left and right. So we're getting this beautiful hip flexor stretch. And we're just feeling into the sides of the body. And then bringing the hands down towards the floor. We're keeping our hip moving forward. Try to lift your chest. You might choose to stay here. You might walk the elbows down to the ground. And bring your hands all the way back, and then lift our toes, keeping the knee slightly bent. Go ahead and send your hips back. So we're trying to keep our back fairly flat here, coming into a little hamstring stretch if it's accessible. Bringing the fingertips to the floor, and you might just gently move left and right. So you're just wiggling around through the shoulders, wiggling around through the hips a little bit. Just seeing what comes up with your hamstring. Now we're going to move to the other side. So you take a big step forward with our other foot. Take a moment to just bend that tailbone down slightly. Bring both hips forward, hands to your thigh. Taking the upper body gently away from that front leg. So we're stretching into the hip. Once you've got your balance there, go ahead and inhale your arms wide to the sky. Hold on to your elbows, gently move your head back. And you might just gently move left and right. Bringing your hands down to the ground, lining up your fingers and your toes. Go ahead and lift your chest. Choosing to stay right here today. Allowing your hips to move forward or working your elbows down to the ground. Taking a few nice big deep breaths there. And coming all the way up, go ahead and lift the toes. We're going to square up the hips, keep a slight bend in your knee. We're just going to hip hinge forward. So that might just be to here today. You're just feeling into the shoulders a little bit, feeling into the hamstring. Maybe a little bit left and a little bit right through the hips and shoulders. And then coming around to the front, we'll come into a wide straddle position. We're going to take a moment to bring your hands behind us to roll our hips forward. If you have something to sit up on, like a cushion or a block, you can choose to do that. So we're going to inhale, our left arm up to the sky, gently side bend over to the right side. So we're just sweeping that arm all the way across. Go ahead and bring your arm in behind your seat. Inhale up. Good. Exhale gently over. Bringing your bottom shoulder forward a bit and top shoulder back. Just rolling towards the front. Go ahead and bring both hands behind you. Inhale to lift. Exhale, gently coming forward. Just feeling into the inner thighs here. A little bit of hamstrings, a little bit of low back. wherever your flexibility is, and just honoring where your body's at. And then sweeping the legs together. We're just going to come into some little windshield wiper legs. So we're going to bring our feet about shoulder width apart, and the windshield wiper legs are legs left and right. A little bit of a stretch through the side of the body. Now we're going to bring one heel back towards our seat, so you can just see your heel on the outside of your seat. Go ahead and come into a little pelvic tilt, so you're stretching through the quad, and this might be a great place to stay right here. If you like, you can come onto your elbows, or you might lie back like that. This is just a nice time to tune into your breath, making sure that your breath's coming back to that nice, long, deep breath. So 5 seconds in, and 5 seconds out. We're doing a little pelvic tilt here, wherever you're at, to stretch through the quad a little bit more. Good job. And coming all the way up. We're going to take that ankle and we're going to bring it across the knee, so just like that. And then we're going to close up the gap. So we're going to bring our hands in towards our seat, and our seat in towards our heel, our chest in towards the shin. This is a nice stretch through the glutes. And then you can just gently move left and gently move right. This foot up here is flexed in a nice flexed position. So we're lifting our chest. Try to think of extending through your spine. So nice long spine. And just relaxing down towards your ground. We're going to flip to that other side. So your heel comes on the outside of your seat. Come into a little bit of a pelvic tilt. If you might stay right here, that might be a nice quad stretch right there. Or you might come onto your elbows or lie down, and then take a few moments to tune into your breath here. So nice long inhale for 5. And a long exhale for 5. Possibly doing a little bit more of a pelvic tilt, working into that quad. And coming all the way up, taking your ankle, bring it across your knee. Go ahead and work your hands in towards your seat, and your seat in towards your heel. So just any amount. You might be out here, and that might be perfect. You might be feeling a nice big glute stretch right there. So just wherever your body wants to go, and go ahead and flex your foot. Gently move left and gently move right. Good job, guys. Go ahead and release that. We're going to come into a chest stretch next. So this is an interesting one. We're going to be in a prone position, so on our tummy. We're going to stick our arm out to the side. So my arm is just straight out to the side there. Then I'm going to just gently roll like that. So I'm just going to roll onto my side, and I might just take my hand and place it underneath my face. Or if I want a little bit of a deeper stretch, I can roll this top shoulder back. So I'm in a big chest stretch and an anterior deltoid stretch on that right side. I'm going to do the same on the other side, so I'll just scooch around this way. So I'm going to stick this arm way out there to the side. And I'm just going to gently roll, so a nice chest stretch. Just rolling onto my side. I might just lie my hand underneath my face here to make it more comfortable. Or I could press into the ground, draw this top shoulder back for a little bit of a deeper chest stretch. We did a lot of push-ups today, and we did a lot of burpees. So just going to nice anterior deltoid and chest stretch on that side. Good job. Coming all the way back up. We'll just come back to that little kneeling position. Go ahead and link your fingers together behind you. Roll your shoulders back. And then if the shoulders and chest are tight, just drop your fingers down towards the floor, or you may take the arms away from the body. Good job. And then lastly, we're just going to gently stretch out our neck. So we're going to take our fingers, find those little notches in behind the ear, and we're not pulling the head down. We're actually lifting the head up at a nice 45-degree angle. This hand presses down and out, just coming into a really nice stretch through the traps, so the trapezius, the side of the neck. You might just look down or gently look up. And the other side. So again, just finding those little notches behind your ear, and I'm just gently tractioning up at a little 45-degree angle. I'm rolling the shoulder back and down. Then I'm placing my hand down towards the ground, just feeling into the sides of the neck. Okay, so really nice job today, everybody. There's the workout up there on the board. It's a really great workout to do where you can actually change the exercises depending on what you'd like to focus on. So thank you so much for coming out today. And from the spin room in Comox, have a beautiful, beautiful day. You guys stay happy and healthy and safe, and I'm sure we're going to see you really soon. Okay, thank you.